All of this is about immigration enforcement and the type of...
This is about authoritarian tendencies. This is about command and control. This is about power.
Governor Gavin Newsom is someone that I do have criticism for occasionally when it's warranted. But I'm also going to praise the guy when he does something right. Yesterday, he had an interview with an MSNBC reporter who I do have criticism for, and I will get to that. And Gavin Newsom laid bare exactly what the motivations and the intentions of Donald Trump are while being aggressive, challenging his own arrest, telling Tom Homan, you think you're a tough guy? Come and get me. Come and do it. Come arrest me. I'm not afraid. And this is the energy we need to be bringing to the fight, whether it be metaphoric or literal. He was speaking to an MSNBC reporter yesterday, and it just starts off with him just straight up calling Donald Trump a liar, a stone cold liar about the things that Donald Trump is claiming relative to conversations he's had with Gavin Newsom. And why would we expect anything different from Donald Trump, our convicted felon, our criminal president, our convicted of fraud president, our president who constantly whines and waves his arms around about law and order, that only he can provide law and order while being a convicted, multi-time indicted criminal. Here's Gavin Newsom calling that criminal a stone cold liar.
He continues to, as always, hit you hard publicly. Just 10 minutes ago, he put out another Truth Social telling you and the mayor to apologize to the people of Los Angeles. You guys go at it pretty hard publicly, but I know you talk privately. Have you spoken in the last couple of days to the president about any of this?
Yeah, we talked for almost 20 minutes, and this issue never came up. I mean, I kept trying to talk about L.A. He wanted to talk about all these other issues. We had a very decent conversation.
When was this?
This was late Friday night. I think about 1:30 plus his time.
After the protests had started here.
After the protests, and he never once brought up the National Guard. He's a stone cold liar. He said he did. Stone cold liar. Never did. It was a very civil conversation. I've always wanted to approach engagement with the President of the United States in a respectful and responsible way. But there's no working with the President. There's only working for him. And I will never work for Donald Trump.
A few seconds later in this interview, this reporter's asking about Tom Homan threatening to arrest members of Congress, mayors, governors, people who are standing in the gap for marginalized, oppressed communities, people who are standing in the gap for the actual rule of law, and who are not afraid of these masked armed agents of the state. I'm going to have in these next two clips, I'm going to have some severe criticism, not severe, but I'm going to have some criticism for this reporter. Oftentimes reporters, they drop the ball. They provide propaganda. They just repeat the things that the power structure would want them to say and think. Their framing is very problematic. Even on MSNBC, I mean, look, this is corporate media, this is mainstream media, you would think they'd have a better take because they are more progressive in their approach to the news. They seem to generally have a more acute, accurate understanding of constitutional rights on MSNBC. But this reporter, I guess in the moment, just shit the bed. Watch this. Gavin Newsom responding to questions about his potential arrest.
Tom Homan, the border czar, said to me yesterday he did not rule out literally arresting you, nor Mayor Bass, if you interfere in his words. He said you hadn't yet.
He's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do that? He knows where to find me. But you know what? Let your hands off 4-year-old girls that are trying to get educated. Let your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear, the horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
The perception is there's a lot of theatrics happening out there. Mayor Bass told me that she spoke directly to Tom Homan. Has he reached out to you? Have you reached out to him?
No.
No communication whatsoever?
No, it's direct communication and back and forth with Susie Wiles. and with the president in a phone conversation.
Again, this is the energy we need to bring. Thank you, Gavin Newsom, for taking a break from demonizing trans children and sitting down on podcasts with Steve Bannon and Charlie Kirk and the rest of the Trump fascists. Thank you for that, and actually doing your job as the governor of California and standing in the gap for absolutely an oppressed population. Probably because there's far more people related to immigrants in California who would send you packing if you treated them the way you treat trans children. We'll just say that. But let me address this from the reporter. There's the perception that there's a lot of theatrics happening right now. Is it theatrics when the mayor of Newark is arrested by Donald Trump's authoritarian masked armed agents of the state? Was that theatrics when he was actually literally arrested? Was it theatrics when Alina Habba, the interim United States attorney for the District of New Jersey, charged a sitting United States congresswoman for crimes while doing her oversight function at that same protest where Ross Baraka was? Is that theatrics, or is that a real consequence that was delivered by Donald Trump? What are we doing here, mainstream media? What are we doing here, corporate media? Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of the Constitution? Are you on the side of Donald Trump? Theatrics. This isn't theatrics. Last clip. This is Gavin Newsom. I guess he got tired of it and finally corrected this reporter when he asks about. They're talking about Stephen Miller. They're talking about using the word insurrection. They're talking about the escalation of this. They're talking about the deployment of United States Marines against the citizens of the United States. Warriors, war fighters, they're sending to LA to quell protests, or at least that's being talked about. And the reporter asks that, he says, well, all of this that we're seeing, all of this is about immigration enforcement. And Gavin Newsom wasn't having it, finally apologized. Oh, I don't want to, sorry to interrupt, but, and then he says the right thing. Watch this.
Stephen Miller, other people have used the word insurrection about the activity on the streets of Los Angeles.
Yeah, this is just, they're trying to incite violence. They're trying to impose the kind of rhetoric that only makes conditions worse, that quite literally put people's lives at risk. And they're intentionally and knowingly doing that.
All of this is about immigration enforcement and the type of well, go ahead, feel free to disagree.
I know. I don't mean even to cut you off. I think it's about something much more. This is about authoritarian tendencies. This is about command and control. This is about power. This is about ego. My way or the highway. This is a consistent pattern of practice, of recklessness. This guy has abandoned the core principles of this great democracy. He's threatening to go after judges he disagrees with, cut off funding to institutions of higher learning. He's on a cultural binge. He's rewriting history, censoring historical facts. This is something completely different. And this is part of that ongoing play that is unfolding in front of our eyes. It is a serious moment under the guise of immigration, but it's much deeper than that.
What Gavin Newsom said was right. All of this is about immigration enforcement and the type of, I think it's about something much more. This is about authoritarian tendencies. This is about command and control. This is about power. This is about ego. My way or the highway. And I do like hearing Gavin Newsom say that there is no working with Donald Trump. You have to work for him. You must bend the knee. It's not about immigration enforcement because we don't have an immigration problem in the United States. We're seeing the absolute detrimental impact that deporting people en masse with a sledgehammer type of approach, not a scalpel type of approach, We're seeing exactly what that's doing. We're deporting American citizen children, some with terminal diseases, some with cancer, treatable even sometimes. This isn't about immigration enforcement, MSNBC reporter. This is about fascism. This is about Donald Trump's white supremacy. When is the media, corporate media, well, this guy makes a bunch of money doing this. He should be well prepared for these types of things. When are they going to get it right? When are they going to stop giving the benefit of the doubt to Donald Trump, to Stephen Miller, to Tom Homan? Well, this is all about immigration. The it is. This is about what you're witnessing in the streets of Los Angeles right now. Protests are democratic. They are constitutionally protected speech. But that doesn't matter to the Trump administration. We're going to get there. I think we're going to get there at 6 o'clock tonight. I have a video that I'm going to be doing about how the Trump administration is actually attacking the press, literally firing rounds at the press in LA while Dana Bash asks congresswomen, well, what about the violence? Are you going to say, what's your message about the violence from the protesters? What's your message about the violence from police? What's your message about violence from ICE? What's your message about violence from the Trump administration? 6 o'clock, wait for that. Anyway, what do you think? I invite your opinion about this particular video, this particular topic, as I'm teasing future videos, I guess. Comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. Please consider supporting this work. You can become a channel member for $2. You can go to my Patreon page. All those are great ways to support this work. I appreciate you. Got a lot of work today. A lot of stuff going on. We're going to continue the fight. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.